Urgent. Connor Goldson in transfer to Birmingham City? We also have Rangers in advanced talks for brand new transfer as £3.5 million release clause drops. Sheffield Wednesday has made an offer for Rangers winger. James Bisgrove left a mess here and wants to take our biggest star to Saudi Arabia. And finally, Premier League free agent backed as Rangers transfer option as key connection could prove vital. Buckle up because there's a big story brewing around our rock at the back, Connor Goldson. According to Football Scotland, Birmingham City is ready to splash some serious cash to lure Goldson away from Ibrox. Goldson has been a staple in our defense, practically one of the first names on the team sheet. However, last season saw him sidelined with a knee injury and some form issues. Despite these setbacks, he's still a top-quality defender with plenty of interest around him. Birmingham City, now under the flashy ownership involving Tom Brady, is willing to spend big to get their man. They're not the only ones, though. There's also interest from Saudi Arabia, making this a potentially lucrative exit for both Goldson and Rangers. If Birmingham or a Saudi club comes in with a hefty bid, it could be hard to turn down. This kind of cash injection could allow Clement to reinvest in other areas of the squad. We've got gaps to fill and ambitions to chase, both domestically and in Europe. Goldson is currently with the team on their pre-season trip to the Netherlands, but this situation could develop rapidly. A big offer might just tip the scales and see Goldson heading out. This is a crucial period for us. The decisions made now will shape our season and beyond. Whether Goldson stays or goes, it's clear that we need to back Clement's vision for the team. So, what do you think? Is it time for Goldson to move on, or should we hold on to our defensive stalwart? Let me know in the comments. There's some big news brewing on the transfer front for us Rangers fans, and it's all about Adama Traore. The word on the street is that Rangers are in advanced talks to bring the Mali winger to Glasgow, but it's not going to be straightforward. Adama Traore, currently playing for Ferencváros, has a £3.5 million release clause. According to Africa Foot, we're in a bit of a bidding war with none other than Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. Ferencváros are willing to sell to the highest bidder, so if Philippe Clement wants his man, we might have to splash the cash. Now let's talk about why we need Traore. Clement and the team have been busy this summer. We've already welcomed Jefte, Clinton Nsiala, Connor Barron, Liam Kelly, Hamza Igamain, and Oscar Cortez to the squad. But, as any true fan knows, we're still not where we need to be, especially up front. With Cyril Désir's future looking uncertain, Sam Lammers likely on his way out, and doubts about Todd Cantwell, Scott Wright, and Tom Lawrence, our attack needs serious reinforcements. Traore brings experience and a winning mentality, which could be crucial for guiding our younger players through the season. But here's the kicker. If we don't act fast, we risk losing Traore to Fenerbahce. Mourinho's side are also keen, and we know how competitive these transfer battles can be. We've got some fresh transfer news that's bound to get you talking. Our very own Scott Wright is on the radar of Sheffield Wednesday. Sources have told Football Insider that the Owls have put an offer on the table for the winger. Wright's current deal at Ibrox has just 1 year left, and it seems the club is ready to let him go for a 6-figure fee. But here's the kicker. It's not just Sheffield Wednesday that are interested. Several clubs from League One and the Championship are also eyeing up Wright, so it looks like we might have a bit of a bidding war on our hands. Now, why are the Owls so keen on Wright? Well, after narrowly avoiding relegation last season, they're desperate to add some attacking quality to their squad. They were the second lowest scoring team in the Championship last season, so they need someone who can bring some firepower. At 26, Wright has plenty of experience under his belt. He's primarily a right winger, but versatile enough to play on the left or in an attacking midfield role. Having played for Aberdeen and Dundee before joining Rangers, he's got a solid grounding in Scottish football. Plus, with 126 Scottish Premiership games, 10 goals, and 9 assists to his name, he knows how to make an impact. And let's not forget his European experience. Wright has played in both the Champions League and the Europa League, bringing a wealth of experience to any squad he joins. Our captain, James Tavernier, is in the headlines again. Dan Bardell believes that losing Tavernier this summer would be a huge loss for Rangers, and it looks like Saudi Pro League side Al Qadsiya is interested in him. This comes right after Al Qadsiya appointed former Rangers CEO James Bisgrove. Bardell, speaking exclusively to Ibrox News, mentioned that while Tavernier is a fixture at Rangers and has been a standout player over the years, every player has their price. He reckons that if a lucrative contract offer comes from Saudi Arabia, Tavernier might just be tempted to make the move. He's part of the furniture at Rangers, Bardell says. He's been there such a long time and has been a really good player for them over the years. Every player has their price, and a deal also depends on the player's ambitions. If he thinks he can go over there and double his wages at this point in his career, he'll probably want to. It would be a huge loss for Rangers. Sometimes you do have to refresh the squad, so maybe it could be time to move on for both parties. He'll only go if the move is right for him. Rangers can accept a bid, but it will be Tavernier's choice. Now let's talk about what this means for us. Tavernier has been a pillar of the team since he joined in 2015. Not only is he a solid defender, but his contribution at the other end of the pitch has been nothing short of phenomenal. Over 100 goals for the club and 17 goals with 10 assists last term alone. That's a fantastic contribution for any player, let alone a defender. Losing him would be a tough pill to swallow, both for his influence on the pitch and his leadership in the dressing room. Replacing a player like Tavernier is no small feat, and Philippe Clement would have quite the task ahead of him. But at 32, Tavernier is approaching the twilight of his career, and the financial lure of Saudi Arabia might just be too enticing to pass up. Our former manager, Gerrard, is making waves in the Middle East with some ambitious plans. Gerrard, who has been linked with taking James Tavernier to Al Ettifaq, is now eyeing one of the biggest names in football history, Lionel Messi. Yes, you heard it right. Gerrard wants Messi, the same Lionel Messi who's shining at Inter Miami in the MLS, to join him in Saudi Arabia. Speaking to MBC Masr 2, Gerrard didn't hide his admiration, saying, "It's a dream for me to have Messi at Al Ettifaq. He is an incredible player and would be a great addition to the club. I know it's difficult for him to move to Saudi Arabia, but there's nothing wrong with dreaming." Now that's some bold ambition from Stevie G. Considering Cristiano Ronaldo is already in the Saudi Pro League, adding Messi to the mix would indeed be monumental. Gerrard is trying to improve on a 6th-place finish from his first season, and signing a star player like Messi would certainly shake things up. Just imagine James Tavernier playing with him there. So, what do you think, Rangers fan? Is it time for Tavernier to move on, or should we hold on tight to our captain? Let's get into the latest transfer buzz. There's talk about Steven Alzate, a free agent after leaving Brighton, potentially making his way to Ibrox. Now, we've seen our squad go through some serious changes this summer, especially in midfield with the arrivals and departures. Connor Barron's in, and we've said goodbye to seasoned players like John Lundstrom and Ryan Jack. Derek Ferguson, a name you'll remember well, has been weighing in on this. He thinks Alzate could be a good fit, but there's a big if here. The lad needs to be robust enough for our league. Ferguson pointed out that Rangers will have done their homework on Alzate, especially since we've got that connection with Brighton through Abdallah Sima. Here's what Ferguson had to say. "Of course we need good players. Obviously there's a relationship there between Rangers and Brighton, with us getting Sima. So again, they would have done their homework. Obviously there's something to like about the boy. But we need players who can play 30 or 40 games. You look at that midfield area through the course of the season, the amount of injuries the players were picking up. You don't want to be injured, of course you don't. But we can't bring in players that are going to be susceptible to picking up injuries. We need guys that are proven, that can play a certain amount of games and are robust for our league, because our league is robust." He's right. Our league is no walk in the park. It's physical, it's relentless, and you don't get much time on the ball. We need players who can handle that week in, week out. And it's not just about being good on the pitch. Handling the pressure and the 24/7 nature of Glasgow football is a massive part of it too. So what do you reckon? Could Alzate be the man to bolster our midfield? It's clear we need someone who can handle the rigors of the Scottish Premiership and bring some stability to our squad. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're enjoying these updates, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.